Yeah, the idea for it came about really was one day at work I was talking to Chris and about some other stuff, and then he brought to my attention that he'd been thinking about something for a while. When he approached me with the idea, I was excited because I'm like, I can really see myself benefit from this product, and I also can see a lot of people benefit as well. Around that time, everywhere you look on the television, you see someone, dying, you know, in a traffic stop, and we just felt it was a real problem. At that time, we didn't really know where to start. We just knew that we want to help people out.
Yeah, so we figured that it was time for us to start, solving some of our own issues instead of waiting for somebody else to solve an issue. So since we noticed that that was a problem that we was facing all the time, we decided to try and, put our heads together and see if we can come up with some kind of a product that we could use to kind of eliminate that situation. I mean, nobody likes getting a ticket. Nobody's happy about being in that situation. I'm sure that the police not happy to have to walk up to somebody's car that they don't know and don't know what they have inside. So we figured that if we could come up with something that would eliminate somebody having to dig around in the car and look for their information while the police wait outside on the side of the road, we figured that that would be something that would definitely eliminate a lot of the tension that we face when we come in contact with law enforcement, especially in a traffic stop.
All right, just picture yourself in a situation, you're in a traffic stop where you're nervous, it's dark, you're on a road that you never took before, and all of a sudden you have lights behind you. Most people in that situation, even myself, I would get nervous, and thinking, what did I do now? You know what I mean? And no one wants to feel like that, you know what I mean? If this is something that could possibly help in that situation, then I'm all for it, you know what I mean? I don't see why anybody else wouldn't be. And that's just something that kind of like triggered me to jump into it. After a lot of researching, we kind of decided on what we wanted to look like. You know what I mean? And also we decided to go with two versions of it.
Yeah, we figured that if you have some type of a product, something that you don't have to search for your stuff, something that always have your car registration, your insurance papers in there. So when you get pulled over, you already have that anxiety. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna get a ticket. You're gonna get a warning. The police is gonna you're at a checkpoint, something like that. So you're already in a place where you're anxious and you're annoyed. So if you can have something that already keep all your paperwork organized and you have it ready, available for the police when they approach the car. They don't have to wait outside. They don't have to be nervous that he's looking through papers in the car. It's just this stuff is right there.
And even from an officer's perspective,
take Officer Mackins. That's a state trooper that I know. He was involved in an accident where he was waiting on the side of the road for the person that he pulled over to give him their information. In the process of waiting, somebody didn't see him on the side of the road and they ran into him and injured him real bad. He couldn't even go back to work. Now, if that person had the shield, our product, it wouldn't have been a wait time. The officer wouldn't have been waiting on the side of the road that long. The information would have been already right there waiting for him. As soon as he approached the car, it would have been there. He wouldn't have had to wait on the road 5 or 10 minutes, allowing somebody to not see him on the side of the road and run into him.
Just imagine, the situation when the officer on Facebook Live, there was a gentleman that was in a car with his wife and children. The officer approached the vehicle and he asked for the gentleman's information, like his license and registration. At that point, the civilian went ahead and tried to get his information out of the glove box, and at that point, the officers, for some reason, shot and killed this gentleman. Now, just imagine being in that situation when you have your wife and your children in the car, regardless of the color. That situation could have been preventable, and if we feel that our tool was something that could possibly help.
So the major concept behind the product is it's a magnetic vehicle information holder, and what you do is you put your registration in the top spot. You put things like your proof of insurance, your driver's license, if you have a concealed weapons permit, any other additional information you put in the bottom slot. And the product has a magnet that's built into it, and in the case of a traffic stop, you just take the product out. Wherever you keep that information at, you just take the product out and you just stick it on the side of the car. You want to make sure that you do that before the police even gets out of the car. I mean, you definitely have enough time. You see that the police is stopping you. You have enough time to kind of gather all of that information to get the product out. You could just take your ID out of your pocket if you tote that with you, stick it in the product, let down your window, stick it on the side of the car. You have it out before the police even get out of his vehicle. And it eliminates any kind of interaction where the police has already approached the car and you looking through the car looking for information, rifling through your stuff.
We got one man down. We got another person. What's the location? 13, 13, shot fired.